In the volleyball world, Athletes Unlimited hosts the exclusive individual championship, creating an atmosphere of spine-tingling intensity. Each week, a draft led by players forms new alliances amongst elite athletes, conjuring a new sense of competition. Teamwork casts a magical spell over the leaderboard as athletes rise in the rankings. Prepare for an enchanting clash of aspiring champions right now on ESPN. Welcome to Arizona, where Athletes Unlimited Volleyball on ESPN is presented by Aspiration. We're in the desert in Mesa, Arizona, inside Legacy Park for the first match of our doubleheader today. First match is Team Hilly versus Team Linehan. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I'm Anne-Marie Anderson alongside beach volleyball Olympian Holly McPeak, and Keith Michael is going to join us a little bit later. Holly, this is the fourth week of competition. We're heading into the final week where we will crown a champion. What's the significance of today's matches?
Well, a lot of points are to be had, right? Everyone's trying to move up that leaderboard to set themselves up in a position where they can charge for that top spot. So this is a very important round tonight.
A name we've heard amongst the top players in the leaderboard throughout this season is former Kentucky Wildcat Allie Linehan.
Allie Linehan has been spectacular, second on the leaderboard right now, and she's the second week of being a captain and way more comfortable. She drafted a strong supporting cast who could take some pressure off her, and Willow Johnson has not disappointed. 31 kills over the last two matches, multiple MVP awards, and she has taken a lot of pressure off Allie Linehan, which helps Allie play better as well. On the other side of the net, Yassiana Presley. She can score. She's the former AVCA Player of the Year out of Baylor. She's a high flyer. And if their opponents focus too much on Claire Chaussee, Yassiana Presley can go off. Claire Chaussee, one of the hottest players at AU, has been fantastic. 45 kills over the last two matches, and she has been drafted in the #1 spot the last 3 weeks.
First-year player is Claire Chaussee, and yet she has just taken the league by fire. She has not yet been a captain. It'll be really interesting to see if in week 5 she becomes a captain. Of course, the top 4 at the end of the week and the leaderboard become the captains for the following week. We're going to put the ball in the air. Nutsara serves. Immediately, Yassiana Presley taps the back line.
And it was an off-speed shot that caught the defender by surprise because it dropped in.
Captain Sydney Hilly will start serving. Chaussee is up front. Captain Linehan takes her first swing. Playing it safe, keeping it in. Chaussee, right nestled in the corner. If you're joining us for the first time here at Athletes Unlimited, welcome. You're about to see some of the best volleyball you will ever see. 44 world-class athletes. They shuffle the deck every week with a draft from the captains. And this is all about chemistry, this league, and the ability to adapt and adjust quickly.
3-point run now for Team Hilly, and she's getting it done from the service line, putting some pressure on Team Linehan.
Willow Johnson up front now for Team Linehan. Holly told you about Willow in the open. Chaussee's out. Yassiana Presley coming back. They get Yassi going early. It's a new game. Touch off the hands of Willow Johnson, and they're on a roll, Team Hilly, with 4 consecutive points.
And it starts from the service line. Sydney Hilly getting Team Linehan out of system. And look at Claire Chaussee just chop it down the line to that corner.
Tom Com back to Linehan. She's hitting a quick one back there. We want to tell you, we talked about points and points leaders. Here's a way you can win some points. First of all, when you win a set, everybody on your team wins 40 points. We also keep what's an aggregate score. You get 60 points at the end of the 3 sets, whereas more. Individual stats, there's different numbers assigned and subtracted for great performances or errors. Chaussee, sharp. Erin Fairs tests the block. It's solid.
Team Hilly's got all the answers. What a stop there. We have not seen a lot of Edelman Cagliari, but she comes in and makes an impact right away.
That's interesting. She did not start yesterday, or play much. Velez Augusto, great pass. They're trying to get Willow Johnson going early, and it ended up being a net violation against Team Hilly.
And that's a break Team Linehan needed. They were letting Team Hilly go on a score run.
Karis Watson goes at Yassiana Presley, wants to make her do double work. And a net violation the other side, and some side-eye from Molly McCage. Do you see that look on her?
Yeah, well, they're frustrated. A slow start, and everything seeming to go right for Team Hilly to start this match. This is a team for Team Linehan. They're 2-0 on the weekend. They want to remain undefeated.
And Team Hilly is 0-2, a very unfamiliar position for Captain Hilly. Good answer by Linehan. That early run hurt them. Now can they make it up a little?
And Nutsara Tomcom putting Willow Johnson in a fantastic rhythm to score from the right side.
Nutsara, an MVP yesterday because she was just setting from anywhere on the court. Benson's pass is on the money. And Jenna Rosenthal, former captain, out of the middle.
Team Hilly staying in system, and anytime you can get your middles involved, Jenna Rosenthal, 6'5", big offensive window.
And I like this matchup in the middle, Holly. Jenna Rosenthal versus Molly McCage. Linehan pass, and that's what Nutsara will do. She'll find McCage from anywhere. Connection a little off that time. For every ace during this year's Athletes Unlimited volleyball season, Aspiration is committed to planting 10 trees. Heading into this week, 930 trees have been committed thanks to Aspiration's support. Really special, and it gets you cheering for aces, knowing the good that Aspiration is doing with each one of them. Fairs. Little tip, Nutsara picks it up, Velez Augusto. Velez Augusto trying to run a few different things. It was almost like a slide for Molly, a little higher.
Exactly, well, she has 2 attackers attacking the right side of the court, and I feel like that they interfered with one another in terms of offensive routes.
Team Hilly, a commanding first set lead. And with that, Team Linehan calls a timeout. Want to slow the roll before it gets too far out. It's been a 3-point run for Team Hilly. Athletes Unlimited Volleyball on ESPN is sponsored by Aspiration, a global leader in financing climate impact.
Welcome back to Athletes Unlimited. The score so far, Team Hilly up 9-3 over Team Linehan. Not the start they were expecting, but Team Linehan still the only team undefeated this weekend. So I went and chatted to a couple of the players. Hey, what's been your secret to success? What have you done well? Well, Taylor Tegenroth said, it just so happens my husband's in town. And we all love having family and friends in town, but when your husband is longtime libero of the Swedish national team, well, he doesn't just get to sit around and watch. He's coming to training, he's helping to hit, he's serving balls, he's running drills, helping out Team Lou on that side. But that's the only downfall of Athletes Unlimited. It is a player-run training style, which means players have to run practice too. Overseas, you might see 3 coaches plus several volunteers. My only question now, is it bring your husband to work weekend for the setters? Nati, Rai, and Taylor Bruns all have their husbands here this weekend.
You know, Key, it's really interesting that the players are running practices because some of them really love that. Leah Edmond appears to, but you know, you've seen Morgan Hentz saying, I did not like being a captain the first time and had her facilitator handle it.
Yeah, it's so tough because you have that added pressure of being a player and a captain. Like you mentioned, some players love it, some players thrive on it, others prefer the comfort of having a trainer do all that work behind the scenes. So it's a huge balance here at Athletes Unlimited.
Great point, Key. And Holly, we finally have seen the run be broken by Team Hilly. What does Team Linehan need to do right now?
They
Stop
need
the
some,
bleeding.
yeah, they need some defensive stops, and that starts with a tough serve.
Willow Johnson ready for it. Molly McCage over the top of the blocker. That connection between McCage and Nutsara Tomcom is special.
And it's confidence, right? Look at that, setter attack, and then Molly McCage starts driving, knowing that's a free ball, and Nutsara Tomcom feeds her perfectly.
That's McCage's signature play. Yesterday they mixed it up, had her in front at first until Team Edmond made an adjustment. Oh, you could tell on the approach Allie Linehan was gonna unload.
In back-to-back kills for Team Linehan. They're on their own three-point run, and they need some of that.
Erin Fairs, Team Hilly is stacked to the left. Sending it long, and wondering if she's gonna go after, at least I was, Yassiana Presley there on the left. Went deep. You got a front court setter on both sides of the net right now.
For Team Linehan, they've got Willow Johnson available out of the back row, but in order to use her, they probably want to run Molly McCage in front of the setter. Let's watch and see what Team Linehan does offensively.
Pass is perfect. McCage tight behind the setter, and Willow Johnson coming in the middle.
Yeah, so you want one player going to that right side behind the setter, one player coming out of the middle to spread the block.
And one of the things we saw yesterday, Holly, was an overload back there where McCage is right in front of Willow Johnson, so the left side blocker has to deal with it.
Back-to-back missed serves for Team Linehan.
That lead still holding at 6. Jenna Rosenthal serving. Tomcom to Linehan. Presley slides under it.
Team Linehan able to get that side out. Let's see if they can get their serve in the court and put themselves in a position to go on their own scoring run.
Yeah, serve in the court. Sometimes in is good. They've missed several in a row. Nutsara Tomcom is back court. She's got big bodies across the front, including Karis Watson. And Willis works the arm of Allie Linehan.
But if you notice, Team Hilly consistently in system, the ball is right in their setter's hands and allows them to run all of their offensive options. And when people are thinking about Claire Chassé, that opens things up for everybody else.
Trouble. By the way, 10 Trees now just got committed by Aspiration.
Cha-ching,
I love
I like
that.
it.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Holly, what we were just talking about in terms of the passing of Team Hilly, allowing that, it also might give the opportunity, right, for Claire Chaussee to find some seams in the block with that middle blocker doing so much work.
Definitely. It opens things up, stresses out the middle blocker if she doesn't know where it's going.
Beautiful use of hands.
This first set getting away from Team Linehan. Another 3-point run, and that's the third one for Team Hilly.
This is the largest lead of the set. Nutsara goes back to Team Linehan. Benson underneath.
Oh, go.
Back again. Big dig again.
Yes. Go for it. I would call
And
touch.
that ball sent long. Deja McClendon joining us now from Team Hilly. Deja, I'm curious what the conversation was coming into today's play. You guys haven't won a match yet, and there's not much time to gather more points.
Yeah, I think yesterday we were close, and we all had a sit down, and we're like, we made a crap ton of unforced errors. We missed a lot of serves, and it's hard to win like that, and I think everybody's being a lot more vigilant. Oh, what a block.
Yes.
Being a lot more vigilant right now on those unforced errors, and really coming in strong with a service. Sid started off really strong.
What was the conversation that put Nicole Edelman-Cagliari in the lineup on the right side?
I think we needed a different look. Oh, go Squids! I think we needed another look on the outside. So getting Yas back out there was really the start of that conversation. And Nicole played out Oppo. She has a great block. Gives us a lot of options.
What's the key shutting down Linehan? They're 2-0 on the weekend. What has been your focus?
Shutting down Linehan. So I think right now we're really trying, at least we started off saying, you know, we have an opportunity to get Erin Fairs out of the picture if we serve her a ton of balls and force her to kind of have to work there. And then it'll put more pressure on Allie. So yeah, I think that's what we kind of started off with, being really, really rigid with our block and just making sure we're taking away what we're supposed to be taking away. And I think we're doing all of that right now.
Thank you, Deja. We'll let you go join the Squids in the huddle.
Love your energy.
9-point lead for Team Hilly. Team Linehan is out of timeouts. When we come back, they need a run.
Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels.
I used to go missing all the time. I let everyone down. I even let Shannon Sharp down.
Yeah, you let me down.
They've been told how you feel yourself doesn't matter, that electrolytes are all the same. Then just like that, they're gone. Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade. Could be the difference between dominating and disappearing. Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
Check ball. Yeah. Check up. Right here. Check ball.
Let's forget about everything.
Let me see what you got.
Let us go.
Could be. Check up.
Are you serious? Check.
My dear friend Nicole, she is a military nurse. She is just such a phenomenal inspiration. The way she cares not only for her patients, but for absolutely everyone around her is really something special. And I'm really honored to be her friend. And if I think to myself, if I can be a little bit like Nicole every day, then I will have done my part to make the world a little bit better for everyone around me.
What a lovely sentiment from Jenna Rosenthal. Just say that about your best friend.
Looked like they did a Tough Mudder together. Would you want to do that with me?
No, absolutely not. And if you ask me again, we're done. It has been pure domination by Team Hilly in this set. Why?
They're serving fantastic, and their defense is capitalizing on the out-of-system plays by Team Linehan.
Trouble. Willow Johnson left to clean it up, and she does. We're going to bring in the leaderboard on the left side of your screen. Pay really close attention to the top of this leaderboard because today, as Holly mentioned, is the last chance to get points to get you set going into the last week of competition.
And tomorrow will be the draft, so it's going to be interesting. At the end of tonight, we'll find out who our 4 captains are. But you see players making big moves at the leaderboard like Willow Johnson.
Top 4 in the leaderboard are the team captains next week. Trouble pass. Allie Linehan brings it back, unable to put that over. Let's check in with Key Michael.
I was over hanging out with Sid's Squid's squad, named aptly by Jenna. But I asked them before the match, hey, what is the only thing you need to do to get this undefeated team defeated? A couple of things came up. Focus on us, play our style of volleyball with confidence, maybe follow the scouting report, get the middles out of the offense, be smarter with the shots. And our crew said, we just need to kill them. She meant in the serve, but I think she was being a little aggressive there. I love what they've done to bring in Edelman Cagliari on the right side. She's not going to be an offensive threat, but that defense, that block, has been a huge change for the purple side.
Wonderful, Key. I just think, you know, when she says, oh, only a few things, and Key, you listed off like 7 things that they needed to do, which, by the way, they're doing, every one of them.
Nicole Edelman Cagliari, we are very familiar with her game. We watched her excel at the University of Colorado. And she can definitely put up a block and run an offense. So that's another pair of hands on the court if Sydney Hilly digs the ball.
One of the things that's important in Athletes Unlimited is not just getting win points, but how you win it. Right now, there's going to be a large deficit in the aggregate score when we get to the 3rd set if they lose by a wide margin here.
Exactly, and Team Hilly knows that. They have their foot on the gas. Watch Molly McCage. This is her famous 1-foot takeoff, the slide behind the setter. High contact point, driving it, kind of a deep middle.
She says she likes the risks that Nutsara takes. Another ace serve, more trees planted.
Nope, actually that was a foot fault.
Oh, didn't see it there. Get more access no matter where you are by joining the Unlimited Club. Vote on game MVPs, enjoy virtual events, contribute to the player bonus pool, and more. For just $20, sign up now at auprosports.com/membership. Really cool, you get to vote on team MVPs. It affects overall scores and points. Linehan, sharp cut to the sideline.
Team Hilly knows that Team Linehan likes to run that back set to McCage, and they're there defensively. This time, they go to McCage, cover, and now push it out to the left side. Allie Linehan, who goes super sharp inside the block. Claire Chaussee was in the middle to pick up the tip.
Molly McCage behind the end line, serving for Team Linehan that needs a run of points. Establishing the middle still throughout the first set is Team Hilly.
Team Hilly's passing the ball extremely well, and it started with Claire Chaussee. Team Linehan trying to load her up, but she answers the challenge, and Rosenthal gets a one-on-one at the net.
Rosenthal's serve on Linehan, trying to make her do double duty. No problem for Allie. Yassiana Presley from the back court. If they can get it more to her, Holly, you talked about what things could come.
Yassiana Presley really compliments Claire Chaussee. Both of them can score, and the defense for Team Linehan worried about Claire Chaussee, and that opens things up for the back row attack.
We've seen Yassiana play on the right. She prefers the left where she is now. Scramble. That's a really tough play. Allie Linehan tracking the ball.
But consistently, Team Linehan is out of system. Yes, they were able to get out of trouble. Team Hilly relaxed for a minute and lets this ball drop. That pass goes backwards, but Les Augusto saves it, and then the little tip dropping.
Shelly Fanning, Willow Johnson, and Allie Linehan up front. And they run Willis against that block because Shelly Fanning coming in. They wanted to test her early.
But the only way you can run your middles this often and this effectively is if your pass is good. And the ball is right in the setter's hands. Team Linehan has to adjust that, serve more strategically.
Set point, Team Hilly. A moment of breathing room for Team Linehan. Katie Lukes enters the front court alongside Fanning and Willow Johnson in a blue jersey. Pass is good. And finished by Nicole Edelman, a resounding win in set number 1. Team Hilly by 10 points.
How smooth was Team Hilly from start to finish? They dominated the serve and pass game, and everybody got involved in the offense. Edelman Cagliari right down the seam between the two blockers, finding open floor.
Team Linehan needs an answer, and they need it quickly. Set number 2. Squids take set number 1 by 10 points.
Check ball. Yeah. Check up. Right here. Check ball.
Let's forget about everything.
Let me see what you got.
Let us all.
Could be. Check up.
Are you serious? Check.
Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels.
I used to go missing all the time. I let everyone down. I even let Shannon Sharp down.
Yeah, you let me down.
They've been told how you feel yourself doesn't matter, that electrolytes are all the same. Then just like that, they're gone. Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade. Could be the difference between dominating and disappearing. Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
My dad means the world to me. It's a full circle moment. Just he's put in all that work, and now being able to be at the same level he was at years ago, and he's coming to my games and supporting me. I do appreciate that I don't play baseball and that I play volleyball, something completely different, so he has no idea what's going on. I could have a terrible game and he could be telling me, you played great, when I had 10 hitting errors. I do get an earful about keeping my body healthy and going in for extra training and doing all the things I need to be doing. So I get that all the time, but he does mean the world to me, and I look up to him not only as my dad, but as, you know, the great athlete he was, and wanting to reach amazing areas in my career as well.
Like father, like daughter, love it. Set 2 about to get underway. Team Hilly won in big fashion set 1. Key Michael is standing by to teach us a little something.
Well, we are always talking about the donut hole, and I don't know what you call it, maybe the campfire, maybe the money pit. Emery and I were making up some names last night, but I like to call it the donut hole. I'm gonna explain to you why. So if your hitter's coming from this side, let's imagine, these 6 dots are the basic positions. Now, this hitter blocker is gonna move over. You're gonna end up with 2 blockers here, right? The defenders, if you're playing perimeter, are gonna make a couple of moves, just like that. So now you've got a defender here, you've got one here, you've got one here, and one on the line. What does that leave you? That leaves you this big circle in the middle. Now, of course, each defender could take 1 step in. They could cover a little bit of ground here, but you know what they're not gonna cover? This spot right here. And tell me what that looks like. Tell me that's not the donut hole. Anne-Marie, what do you think?
Okay, well, when you draw it like that, it's a donut hole. Can you put a fire in the middle or something that keeps people around, and then we can call it a campfire too?
Yeah, we can call it a campfire. These are marshmallows.
Well done.
Chocolate s'mores.
Well done, fire pit. I love it.
Good stuff. Thank you.
Oh, I also have a pop quiz for you, Anne-Marie.
Okay.
I have 3 jargon for you to tell me what the answer is to these.
You want to know
Okay,
which
they're
of the
coming up on
following
your
is not a
screen
real
right
term?
now. Which
Yes.
of these 3 is not a real volleyball term?
So we have 3 choices. Holly and I are going to collaborate. Waffle, pineapple, or cookie. I'm going to call a friend. Holly, I think it's cookie. What about you?
You think that's not one?
Yes.
What's pineapple?
I don't know.
I
it's
would
like
say
a code word.
pineapple.
Okay, I'm going to go with Holly.
I'll give you a couple of minutes to think about it, and you can come back to me.
Okay, great. Holly's very influential, so I need to work with her on this. Allie Linehan to the back court.
Much better start for Team Linehan coming out of the gates with a strong kill on the left side.
What's going to be important for them right away?
Their first contact. They have to pass the ball better and then keep their serve in the court.
Hilly back to Willis. Outside. Chaussee. Again, just over the block. Claire Chaussee and Willis on the overdig.
Team Linehan playing some defense, but that one pops over the net and Willis just takes care of that one.
Oh, they're saying touch off the block. We might see a challenge here.
Well, it was definitely off the block. It's just about where it landed. Linesman called it wide, and we've got a challenge from Team Linehan.
But the line judge called touch, which I know we all saw, rather than down. So I'm wondering, is the line judge talking about it hitting another player on the way out? I
don't think so. Fanning jumps into the angle, and that ball goes wide. I think Willow Johnson tried to touch it, but did not.
I didn't see the ball change direction off of Willow.
Neither.
So that isn't one of the challengeable calls. So we move on. Point Team Hilly. Unloads Willow Johnson, leaving no doubt about it.
Willow Johnson with her second, or is that third kill for Team Linehan. They need her to score, but again, they need to pass better so they can stay in system and put her in good positions to score.
Ball's dropping, takes the middle out of it. Erin Fairs up front, going for that donut hole. Chaussee gets that back line.
Loving the defense from Team Hilly, and then obviously Claire Chaussee having her on that outlet, definitely a bonus. Claire Chaussee played for Louisville last year, taking them to the national final match versus Texas.
Over. Hilly slides in. Don't really want Hilly taking that first ball because you want her to be able to run the offense. Donut hole well covered on both sides. Uh-oh, wow. Willow Johnson fiery with the kill. On the left side of your screen, look at your top 11 in the leaderboard right now. Of the top 4, only Linehan is playing at the moment. Hilly can jump up in there.
Hilly's right behind at number 5. Trying to have a good performance here and move up past possibly Brooke Nundeviller.
Nice clean middle attack. And trading points with Team Hilly is not going to work with Team Linehan because they're trailing right now.
They have a big deficit to make up.
From set number 1, again, if you're looking at the match score down below, it's an aggregate of the 3 sets extra points for whichever team does that. One block isn't going to be a notch, and you can see the intensity in Willow Johnson.
And Team Linehan handling that first contact, really fast ball. Erin Fairs puts it right in Tom Com's hands, and then Willow Johnson one-on-one on that right side. Big advantage to Willow Johnson there.
A smaller front line for Team Linehan with Tom Com. Mutsara Tom takes a look and decides McCage on a slide is her best option.
Defense to offense for Team Linehan. Molly McCage's front row, and Nutsara Tomcom loves to get her the ball when she's in the front row. Linehan comes up with a dig, drives for the bick, and McCage too much down the line.
Johnson's serve at Yassiana Presley. Fairs off hands. You know, you can play along with us at Athletes Unlimited Fantasy. Sign up for free at auprosports.com/fantasy. You can draft your own team, Holly.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, a bit like pressure.
I think it'd be fun.
Now you can go to auprosports.com/fantasy.
I will.
Chaussee just dropping it short. Team Linehan starting to build a lead.
4-point run for Team Linehan. And boy, did they need that response after the first set.
Open the door, a crack. Will Team Hilly capitalize on it? Nicole Edelman-Cagliari goes back to serve. Front court setter on both sides. Hilly more offensive than Tomcom. Those are the ones she loves to set in the cage. Risky. Linehan from the middle. What a dig by Edelman-Cagliari. Erin Fairs using the block. Such a smart attack.
Impressive swing, big block in front of her, and Erin Fairs able to score in transition for Team Linehan. Team Linehan in a much better rhythm defensively.
Chaussee. Solo block by Molly McCage. That's plus 12 for her stats.
That's just fantastic eye work and discipline by Molly McCage. She has to watch that ball out of the setter's hands. Claire Chaussee coming out of the back row, hitting kind of a B in the gap, but Molly McCage all over it. Solo block for Team Linehan.
Rosenthal up and down. Team Hilly has a great slide attack too.
Team Hilly continues to be in system, and Sydney Hilly's in the front row. Look at her feed, Jenna Rosenthal behind, nice and high. Jenna Rosenthal at 6'5", drives that ball over the block.
quick to the outside. What a dig. Couple of great digs by Edelman Cagliari. He told you her husband was a Libero. It runs in the family. Great defense. An attack error, and Team Hilly has climbed right back into it.
Molly McCage, really aggressive swing in transition, missed it by about an inch.
Molly McCage says she loves that Nutsara can find her from anywhere, and she takes kind of the unpredictable set. She'll take a risky set.
Well, if you have a setter like that in your middle, you're excited because you get more opportunities to be an offensive factor in the match.
Molly's saying it's all about trust in their relationship. She trusts that that ball is going to be right where it needs to be. Back, over the top on that slide. Just Jenna Rosenthal, so long.
She is in deep corner, not trying to hit that ball straight down, but finds the corner where there's no defender.
Over. Great job slowing that down so that Team Linehan can do that.
Jenna Rosenthal playing some defense left back, but her team can't help keep it alive, and Team Linehan going up 11-8.
Couple of consecutive points by Team Linehan. Can they turn 2 points into a run? Nope. Service error. Willow Johnson shut down by Edelman Cagliari.
What a defensive play at the net for Nicole Edelman Cagliari. Huge right side block presence there.
Tagging that back line. Team Hilly has locked it up.
And Team Hilly started the first set off with a big scoring run with Hilly on the back line. Strong server.
What's tough about her serve?
She locates the ball well. She puts it in spots where it's difficult to pass, but Linehan too much out of the back row, and Erin Fair's able to step in and take care of that serve.
Linehan rotating to the back court, such a beautiful wrist away from the center of the court. Shelly Fanning up front in blue. Willow Johnson off the block and out. Willow's fiery today. She can taste getting up into that leaderboard.
Well, Claire Chaussee knew this ball was going to Willow Johnson. Gets out there, she's way up over the net, but Willow Johnson tooling her out of bounds. Claire Chaussee frustrated she didn't turn that back with her hands.
I know, Holly, you and I follow Athletes Unlimited on all our social channels, but you should too, everybody. You find game highlights, fit checks, hot seats, so much more stuff there that help educate you and prepare you for the matches.
I've been loving it.
Team Linehan, remember, it was tied up at 11. It's now been a 3-0 run. Backing this off, so the middles aren't able to be used by Hilly during this run. Benson, great pass. Chaussee had to kind of jump backwards a little bit for that set. Who's going to take the big swing? Outlasting. Point is to Team Hilly.
Ooh, touch on that.
Micro touch.
Emma Willis able to score out of the middle. During that rally, Claire Chaussee was stuck on the right side, and the left-handed player, Edelman Cagliari, was stuck on the left. I did not see a touch there. Big redirect by Willis at the net in purple.
But the team didn't challenge it, and so The middle
play on.
blocker, the middle blocker said, don't challenge that.
So maybe she did touch it and we missed it.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
Okay.
Because you're never going to give that up for free if it's a micro. Ba-bang! Fanning makes her mark.
Shelly Fanning, 97 in blue, played her college ball at Baylor with Yassiana Presley. Watch her out of the middle, drive, get her arm up, crossbody, just buries that ball, detonation.
Midway through set number 2, we've got a closer set. We'll step away.
Check ball.
Forgive all those ones.
Yeah. Check up. Right here. Check ball. Let's forget about everything.
Let me see what you got.
Let us all. We got to do
Could be.
Check up.
Are you serious? Check.
Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels.
I used to go missing all the time. I let everyone down. I even let Shannon Sharp down.
Yeah, you let me down.
They've been told how you feel yourself doesn't matter, that electrolytes are all the same. Then just like that, they're gone. Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade. Could be the difference between dominating and disappearing. Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
Midway through set number 2, Team Linehan with a slight lead. Holly and Key and I have been having a conversation. There's a pop quiz that Key gave us earlier. Which of the following is not a real term? She wanted us to agree. We can't, so go ahead, Holly.
I'm going to say pineapple. I've never heard the word pineapple referred to on the volleyball court.
And I'm going to say cookie because I think pineapple is too obvious. So I think it's cookie.
Okay.
Key?
Well, the winner is Anne-Marie.
Yes!
Cookie is not a real volleyball term.
Neither
A
is pineapple, let me tell you.
A waffle is when you hit the ball
I
really
agree.
aggressive, kind of goes out the back and
I
just
agree.
floats. A pineapple is actually when the setter takes the second ball and loops it to the end of the court. And a cookie, it was actually a trap set because no looky cookie is a thing in volleyball, but just a cookie is not. But so for Anne-Marie,
first of all,
to the victor.
pineapple. I've been around volleyball just a few years, and that's a bunch of baloney.
Stop.
That's called the jumbo shrimp or something, or a rainbow. It's not called a pineapple. I don't like losing.
Yeah, that's,
Wikipedia would like to argue with you, but to the victor go the spoils.
Holly does not like to lose. I have to share that with Holly and you and the crew and everybody, statistician. What'll happen to me? Thank you so much. And I have to tell you, you made a difference, Key, because now I'm going to call it the donut. It was very convincing the way you drew the center with the hole in the middle. Hard to argue.
Beautiful
with.
illustration. Thank you.
I should have been an artist in another life.
Pineapple.
Holly doesn't like to lose, by the way. This is why she won't golf with me
I've
or any of that.
been around the block. I don't play golf, that's why.
I know. That's why I want to play with you.
Okay, well.
Ball is out. Interesting, like kind of looking up into the sun in that ball. Edelman Cagliari. Yassiana Presley passes. She's backed out for the ball. This time, the block well formed, and Willow Johnson just ignores it. Another kill for Willow. Ari Cruz, feel like having a little chair chat with us?
Yes.
Okay. You were sounding a little bit tentative. Ari, on Team Hilly, What was the conversation, Ari, between sets 1 and 2? You won set 1 in such a dominating fashion.
Yeah, so the conversation was like just keeping our game. So it was like, serving target, and like we knew also that they were gonna come, and make do some adjustment. And like we have like in this timeout, we have like a conversation. So like start a little bit wider with our pins, and like try not to fly out when we're like blocking, like their pins. So we just doing a little bit better, and we just trying to like put pressure more in the serve once that Nusara is having all her receiving like the setting on top of her head. So that's why they're playing a little bit more comfortable in their offense. Hey, but we still right there, 2 points down, and just still catching up.
Something I've noticed about your team is you guys have the most fun on the bench. Is that true?
That's true.
Led by Deja McClendon.
Yes.
She's got the best cheers. What was the difference between the first and second set? It seems like Team Linehan's had a good response.
Oh yeah, they're making their adjustment like in their offense. I think they like their receivers are passing better than on the first set, so it's more comfortable for Nusara having the ball on top of her head, and like so she could distribute like better their headers. So we had to like set up our blockers, like be ready for it. So we have made our adjustment better. We already have like 2 other mistakes just because like our receiving, but we're still there. We're just 2 points down, so there's not like a big difference.
Not a big panic. Ari, I have to ask you, what is the squid like? How does it play into who your team identity is?
Oh, the squid. I feel like like the tentacles of the octopus.
Oh.
We're like a pretty good like defensive team, and like we have like different options. Also like in like hitting. So I think that was like one of like the things. They decided to be like squid. Like nothing has to do with purple, so.
Yeah, exactly. No, it doesn't have to. I just wanted to know where you were.
Yeah.
A timeout, and now you guys down by 3, so thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
Go join your team in the huddle.
Okay, thanks, bye.
Bye. I'd love to find out why the name behind Team Linehan is the Snakes, and they were very specifically Cobras. And Key and I yesterday, of course, were saying, slithers through the block. We can't let that go. So we got snakes and squids in this first one.
I love it. I really enjoyed the last play. Watch this play on this Team Linehan side, the blue side, the dig. Nutsara Tomcom back bump set all the way across the court. We call that a long string set, getting Allie Linehan in a beautiful location to score. I mean, a lot of setters have great hands but aren't amazing bump setters, but Nutsara Tomcom gets the ball to her hitters any way she can.
What can you give a definition of long string so people learning the game know a long string set?
So long string would be the long distance set. If you're on the far right side of the court, all the way over to the left. If you're on the left side of the court, the far ball across the court. And then the short string would be the opposite. If you're on the left side of the court and you just go little short distance set, that would be a short string set.
Very good. Let's go into the action now with the Air National Guard and Jenna Rosenthal.
I'm also taking smart shots, not just wailing. That's great. I just want to make sure. Yeah. I feel like you could just swung at that if you wanted to. Yeah. So I'll be a little higher. Yeah! Let's go! Woo, woo, woo! That block, though, girl, you are just so solid. Oh. Look at that hole! I didn't have that on my bingo card, truly.
Team Hilly looking like they're just having so much fun. They're saying backcourt attacker, she was above the plane of the net.
But she's in the front row.
I know, I'm confused, so I guess she was confused as well.
Let me scratch my head here.
Rosenthal, that line slide behind has been lethal, working several times.
And in between, actually, when Jenna Rosenthal was mic'd up, you could hear the discussion between her and her setter, Sydney Hilly, talking about location and height. But that one really well located by Sydney Hilly to Rosenthal.
Rosenthal, 5 kills, no errors on just 9 swings. Shelly Fanning, we're seeing the middles get really active, maybe more than we have in prior matches.
And we're seeing players who haven't been able to contribute a lot coming on and making an impact. Shelly Fanning gets up, drives hard, opens up her shoulder, and goes wrist away right at Jenna Rosenthal in that left back defensive position.
Perfect pass by Yassiana Presley. A standing jump. Willow Johnson, she comes in. Oof. It ricocheted off of Yassiana Presley's face, but she still gets up and makes the dig. Long rally. Willow Johnson again, using the block. Teammates checking in on Yassiana Presley. Presley having a moment with her facilitator, just checking it out.
She actually dug the next ball and was able to see it. I think it just got her in the eyes. Eyes might be watering a little bit.
Yeah, and I noticed after she dug that ball, as you look at the leaderboard, she came in trying to attack later. That's weird.
Yeah,
Let's look at it again.
She recovered really well. Little pinball, fast off Edelman Cagliari off the face of Yassiana Presley. But she digs the next ball. Good rebound. Linehan playing some inspired defense.
Yeah, Yassiana Presley came in later in that like she was going to attack.
And she does right there for Team Hilly scoring their 18th point, now down by 4 to Team Linehan in the second set.
Team Hilly has to make a move. Team Linehan, much better performance. It'll start with Claire Chaussee.
Yeah, look out below. Again, another scoring run with Sydney Hilly on the line. Pass goes over the net, and Claire Chaussee just detonates.
Great pass. Off the block and in. Team Hilly closing ranks. You know, you can come here and join us, and there's nothing like it. Experience the action of Athletes Unlimited Volleyball in person here in Mesa, Arizona. Visit auprosports.com/tickets. There's nothing like hearing the ball when you're live. Let's check in with Key Michael.
Well, when I'm not handing out donuts, I am actually sideline reporting. And I had a chat with Taylor Brunstegen wrote earlier about her connection with Nutsara. It's in their 3rd week together, and they're actually making their own decisions when to change. They're not asking facilitators, not asking the captain. What happens is Nutsara will say, hey, Taylor, I'm not feeling great. Can you come in and block for me? And Taylor said Nutsara only wants the best for her team, even if it means less playing time or less individual points for herself. She and I have a great communication, she said, and we're really supportive of each other. That's the most important. Look at them give them hearts to each other.
They love each other. Meanwhile, Key, I turned around to have a donut, and you took them with you.
I wanted to hand them out to some of the players. Kayla Caffey had one, but I'm bringing them back. I'm saving one for
I'm
you.
good.
Anne-Marie, don't worry.
She's heartbroken.
Got your name on it.
She earned that.
Exactly.
With that bogus answer.
Hey, it's been a 3-point run by Team Hilly, but Linehan is doing all she can.
And we talked about her at the beginning of this match. She is 2nd on the leaderboard but they had a rough start. Actually, they had a great start. They won their first 2 matches this week and lost the first set tonight, and she has responded. 9 kills, hitting 430. The second set has been much better for Team Linehan, and those are in-match adjustments that are really important if you want to make a big push up that leaderboard.
Yeah, and with Willow Johnson helping out too with 6 kills just in the second set alone. The 3-point run by Team Hilly before the break brings them within 2. Lots of points on the line. I'll remind you that the winning team of this set gets 40 points for each player. Whether you play or not, you pick up those win points. And Holly, as we've talked about, that's really what kind of pushes you towards the top of the leaderboard. Do you win a lot? And MVP points.
Well, win, MVP points, and obviously stat points, but those happen naturally if you're playing well.
Meanwhile, Yassiana Presley is digging a lot of balls. One hand off, high hands. Chaussee gets way out. Nutsara back to captain. Masterful by Hilly, getting that out of the net. They're eating up the donut hole. Can't jump in the middle. Was that a waffle? Oh, and then players collide. That's one of the problems, right, when you're changing teams, is if you play a whole season together, that doesn't happen.
You're right. You know, you can read the movements, the energy. But the pancake. Look at Hilly slide under that ball, keep it alive, and then that one. A little collision there.
Yassiana Presley starts it off with a great pass. Fairs is way outside, have to go sharp. Velez Augusto's gonna set. Willow Johnson block a little bit late, and Willow loves that corner.
Willow Johnson loves the corners on any part of the court, down the line as well, but we heard on Friday night talking about attacking the corners. Look at this dig ball in transition. Willow Johnson works to get in position to attack, and that corner is wide open because Presley slides deep down that line.
Holly, nobody knows how this is going to turn out at the end of next week. Give us your opinion on kind of who might take it all.
It's really tough to choose, but Morgan Hentz has been pretty impressive, not only as a player. She's won all but one match, and she's put up incredible defensive numbers. Her leadership role has been amazing. And then just in terms of people in the hunt, Brooke Nundeviller has been really impressive. She led Team Hentz on Sunday night, last night, in kills and just hit for high numbers. Fantastic defensively. And then I love the way Molly McCage has been playing. I feel like she's an impact player and has an outside chance to make a big push.
Let's take a look at Molly's play tonight.
Molly has 5 kills, hitting 450 out of the middle. Couple big defensive stops too, one-on-one. I love that block. Claire Chaussee out of the back row.
Molly's numbers, 37 leaderboard points. She's just so consistent the way she does. Now, when you're talking about your people in the hunt, that's not to ignore Leah Edmond, who is, of course, at the top of the leaderboard. And we will see Leah Edmond coming up next when Team Edmond takes on Team Hentz. It should be a fiery one. And, of course, you've got Betty De La Cruz in that as well, the reigning champion of Athletes Unlimited. On ESPNU, that one is sure to be fire, and that's your last chance to get points before we go into the final week of Athletes Unlimited. A new champion will be crowned next Monday night. Set point Team Linehan, a terrific response after losing by 10 in the first. Let's check in with Key Michael.
I was just in the purple timeout because I wanted to know what was going on, what was different. And a lot of the conversation was right around Claire Chaussee. How can she find her zones? Their middle back is shifting to zone 1-6 on her. But Hilly said, if you just freaking go, no worries. And that is full power, Claire Chaussee, just freaking going.
And they need to. Backs against the wall, down a set point to Team Linehan.
Third set point for Team Linehan. Willow Johnson is behind. Pass was tough, and Shelly Fanning got up there to seal the deal. Team Linehan wins set number 2, and we go into set 3 split. Hilly wins the first, Linehan the second. What's on tap in set number 3? The first win for Team Hilly in set number 1. Can they capitalize on it? They lead the aggregate score by 7. Athletes Unlimited Volleyball on ESPN is sponsored by Aspiration, a global leader in financing climate impact.
I became an outside hitter when I was 14. I think I officially made the switch over. I've played every position, I think.
Linehan crushes the ball. She's putting on an absolute show.
I just love being an outside because you get to touch the ball a lot more than most. And so you control the backcourt, you get to pass, play defense. So love that. I love hitting a back row attack, but then you also get to play front row. So for me, I'm a little bit of a ball hog. So I love that aspect of just getting to play all 6 rotations and
And you know, if one night you're passing really well, but maybe attacking isn't on, you always have another aspect of the game that you can focus on. I just love being an outside, and it's kind of been my passion ever since, I guess, 13 or 14.
Welcome back to Athletes Unlimited. The score stands 47-40. Team Hilly over Team Linehan. One set apiece, but we still have one set to play. And speaking of Linehan, she's been a captain, and I was asking some of the players, hey, what's been the key to this team's success? And a lot of them said the exact same thing. Team chemistry. These players love each other. Erin Fair said, this is the most fun I've had on a team in my entire career. The Cobras, who get their name from dodgeball, by the way, to your question, Anne-Marie, have had a lot of fun. Erin Fair's credits herself and the PEC for bringing good people, and also a lot of fresh chances on Team Blue. Erin Fair's and Karis getting more playing time than they're used to. Karis said, it can change with every draft, so you have to prove yourself. She's not taking anything for granted. She is super grateful to get the chance. Erin said she's been on both sides, team where she never plays, some teams where she plays every minute, and it gives you some perspective, but when the opportunity comes, you have to be ready.
That was the dodgeball, the movie you're talking about, Key, right? Not dodgeball, the game.
That's exactly right. I don't know if you've seen the cheer they've been doing straight out of dodgeball.
Oh, interesting. Another Will Ferrell movie, Anchorman. I took my dog's name, Baxter, from Anchorman. I like it. Set 3 underway. Holly, what's going to separate one team from another in this set?
I thought the response from Linehan, Team Linehan, was really strong, and it was about staying insistent. They took care of the first contact. They served the ball in the court and let their defense make stops. So it's going to be who executes better. But for Team Hilly, they've got that 7-point advantage from that first set.
Yeah, and so right now leading by 9 in the overall score. Yassiana Presley. Ball is out, no touch.
Catches the top of the tape and takes a right turn out of bounds. That's a break for Team Linehan.
Yassiana Presley can do anything. She's played on the right, she's played outside, and digs well.
Out of the back row, trying to drive that ball wrist away towards the right or left back part of the court.
And they're targeting Yassiana Presley, and I think it's just fine with her.
Chassé down the line, good cross body. We've seen her go super sharp, seen her go corner that time. Cross body down the line from the left.
Yassiana Presley, the 2019 AVCA National Player of the Year out of Baylor, as you mentioned earlier. Oh, that's just unlucky. Molly McCage enters now for Team Linehan as Shelly Fanning rotates back. Fanning serve at Benson. Here's Presley, front court, a laser from the outside.
We talked about Yassiana Presley, 22 in purple, being a factor in this game for Team Hilly. She can score.
With Molly McCage in the front court, you never know how Nutsara Tomcom is going to find her. So looking at the movement of Molly McCage is going to be critical. We'll keep that ISO on her on the left side during plays, just to watch how she moves.
Especially here in serve receive. Team Linehan's going to need to pass the ball well, but Molly McCage is going to put herself in a position to attack.
It was just a miss kind of all the way around from Tomcom. She looks at it like, huh, that doesn't usually happen. I talked with Molly McCage a little bit about what she loves about Nutsara, and I already told you that she said in terms of the risk she takes, but she also said that Nutsara releases it a little bit. She plays with the timing of release the ball, and it just makes it so hard to read as a blocker. And Molly said she's crazy accurate.
Yeah, and as a setter, location, location, location. You have to be able to locate your hitters in positions where they can score.
In fact, what Molly said to me is, I feel as if she could set blind and still set a hittable ball. And that's why Molly's so confident going to get that slide no matter where Nutsara is.
I think that's the ultimate compliment. for a setter.
Team Linehan shaky as Team Hilly builds a 4-point lead.
Let's watch Molly McCage again. Team Linehan in a 2-hitter rotation. Ball will most likely go to Molly McCage.
Molly's going behind. There it is. Spread out wide, and then on the block, taking away the line. Fairs again, goes off hands. An answer from the team in blue.
Anytime Molly McCage is in the front row, if you're Team Hilly, you have to respect wherever she's going, and that frees things up for Fairs on the left side, battling through the block for Team Linehan.
McCage quick side to side as we look at her for the block. Stays in the middle, knowing it's coming straight up. Uh-oh. Ball got away from Erin Fairs as she tried to set Willow Johnson. And it's the unforced errors right now of Team Linehan that's helping Hilly's lead.
Nutsar Tomka made a fantastic reaction to cover that ball. Just a miss set there for Team Linehan.
Outside. Yassiana Presley through the block for a Hilly point.
I just wanted to chime in on this Molly McCage ISO because it is the best thing I think I've seen all season long. Look how much work the middle has to do every single point without even touching the ball.
It's a conversation we had. Key, of course, a middle blocker who played in Athletes Unlimited the first year. And Key, you know, the relationship with the setter, when you're going up and not getting the ball time and time again, and then trusting when you're going to get it, what is that like when you have a new setter every week?
Well, first of all, it's exhausting just even doing it because you have to have faith that eventually you will get the ball, but you're basically just running around for point after point trying to make your setter remember that you're there and get the point. And to your point, yeah, exactly. Every setter you're going to have a particular relationship, a particular connection with. So if you don't establish that early and make sure that you're available every single time early on, then as the points go on, as the match goes on, you'll get less and less balls. So it's so important with every new setter to establish that.
Thank you, Key. Meanwhile, we're looking at that serve. Holly, in or out?
I think it's long.
Me too. Because I can only go by the white line doesn't break.
Agreed. Very close, though. Team Hilly challenging
no cigar.
that ball.
Yeah.
Close, but no cigar. No pineapple either.
I don't see it break. By the way, Cassidy Lickman, who is the director of volleyball operations, her mother texted me and said, Lloyd Ball termed the setter's throw to deep corner a pineapple. Just leave it. I want my donuts, Key. All right. Or just one of them.
Okay, but the rest of the one person uses that word.
What? Okay, Key, this is what you need to know about Holly. She doesn't like to lose in anything, including an argument.
I see that. I see that. I'm loving that Cassie Lickman's parents are backing me up on this. They always do. Love them so much. But hey, if it's on Wikipedia, if it's on the internet, it's a fact, right? Isn't that how the internet works?
Yes. And the call stands. So Team Hilly is perplexed, saying, like, we just saw that and we think it's out. However, the official saw a micro line. Team Linehan with the point. Down by 11 in the aggregate score. If Team Hilly gets to 19, that's the magic number where they will win the overall, regardless of the outcome of this set. That's amazing, getting that ball up. I thought it was the end of the play as well, did Team Hilly. Yassiana Presley, as soon as she passed it, you could tell she's coming in to attack. Linehan outlasts.
Yeah, it outlasts exactly. Team Hilly's tried to stay in that rally. We've got another challenge from Team Hilly.
So you remember when that ball just popped up? Aaron Fairs, I think, was the one who slid under it. They're calling it down. My initial reaction was that it was down. I mean, I thought the play was over. Team Hilly started to celebrate too. Ooh. No.
I think that
No.
hit ground.
No.
A lot of floor there.
Yeah, that's straight floor.
Purple Squid's excited about that one.
Squid squirming all over the place with
Yep.
their tentacles.
Yep.
I like the idea of the tentacles reaching far and wide defensively. There's thought put into these weekly team names. So the call was reversed. Team Hilly doubling up Team Linehan. Off the block.
Tom-Com out to Ali Linehan, isolating Linehan on that left side of the court.
Outside. Nutsara goes to Captain Linehan right through the block.
Ali Linehan continues to score. That's her 11th kill. She's hitting over 320 now.
Chassé playing with the block a little bit. Willow Johnson tagging the sideline. Willow Johnson has been the difference maker like you told us at the beginning of the show.
She has, but it's been a little bit too long since we called her name. That's a 3-point run. Finally getting back involved on the scoring side.
Yeah, just 2 kills for Willow Johnson, or 7 kills in set number 2, and I think that was her first, yes, in this set.
Willow Johnson fast to the middle of the court, and she is fired up for Team Linehan.
A 4-0 scoring run by Team Linehan brings them right back in it. For every ace during this year's Athletes Unlimited volleyball season, Aspiration is committed to planting 10 trees. Heading into this week, 930 trees have been committed, adding a lot more through today. 6 aces so far in this match.
Watch Sydney Hilly from the service line. Yassiana Presley joins the ace party. That one gets away from Aaron Fairs, but lots of Sydney Hilly. And then Chassé from the back line gets an ace for Team Hilly too.
Nutsara and Team Linehan on the cusp of overtaking Team Hilly in set number 3. A close third set. A 4-0 run by the team in blue just expands to 5. They were down 10-5 was Team Linehan. Nutsara Tomcom 5 points in a row to get the first tie of this set. Trouble pass. Really nice set by Amanda Benson to Claire Chassé.
Chassé going deep to that corner off the block. At the break, Team Linehan was hitting 390. Team Hilly was hitting 310. Those are good offensive numbers.
So big numbers on both sides. Hilly, perhaps the best server for Team Hilly behind the service line. Allie Linehan unloading back third of the court. Let's check in with Key Michael.
Well, I had to know what the difference was between set number 1 and set number 2, and it's so hard to overlook Willow Johnson's contribution. She had 0 points in the first set and 7 in the second. And so I went over and asked her, hey, what's the difference? She said, well, first of all, the team energy just wasn't there in the first set, and she let that affect her game. But the second thing is, in that first set, they were out of system so often. She only got a couple of swings. They really couldn't run the offense they wanted to, weren't handling that first ball. She said now in the second and the third set, they're doing a much better job of that first contact, and they're playing their game.
I agree, Key. I mean, Holly, it's something you told us to look for as well, and now we've got an issue.
There was absolutely no touch on that ball.
And Team Linehan has asked for a challenge. 2 challenges for each team in each set. You don't get them back even if you win them. So let's take a look.
Yeah, I mean, the first time around, I definitely saw no touch. It was a bomb out of bounds off the hand of Emma Willis. She went for it. But you see Fanning in the middle trying to block. She's blocking the other direction. No touch there.
No, I'm with you.
It's close
but the
to
ball,
being in.
I was just going to say, but
it's closer than I thought originally.
Can we bundle it with an in-out? And I think they did. Because, all right, there, they signaled wrong at first. It is Team Linehan ball. Holly, look.
That is...
Challenged the wrong thing.
Yeah. And I did not see that in originally, but the ball was in. Wow.
Allie Linehan behind the end line with a chance to tie it up yet again. Off hands. Willow Johnson. Yaciana Presley unloads. And Nia Parker Robinson is joining us now from Team Linehan. The Snakes, is that right? Do I have it? The Cobra? Is that what
yes, we are the Cobras this week.
What is behind the name Cobra, by the way, for you guys?
Honestly, we came up with like a cool this thing, and then we figured it fit with a Cobra.
Yeah.
So we just kind of went with it and stuff.
Strike first. So first set, very slow start for this team. What do you think clicked in the second and now appears to be going in the third?
Yeah, I think we took a really mature mindset to it. Like, we're not always going to be perfect. So in the next set, we were just like, start fresh. Let's scratch it. Let's not overthink and play our game because we're a really talented team. We've seen that in our previous 2 games. So just going back to our identity and our focuses was really important.
Approaching this third set, did you guys think about that 7-point deficit at all, or are you just going for the win?
We're just going for the win of the set. Like, obviously, I think some of us might know in our minds what we need to keep them under. But at the end of the day, we're used to playing volleyball by sets, so that's what we're going to do.
Thank you. The magic number is 19, so we've got our eye on that as well. Thank you, Nia.
Of course. Thank you.
Take care. It's one of the cool things about Athletes Unlimited coverage is you can talk to the players who are playing in the match, and we'll give you some identification about what they've been doing or not, or some of the people that have been on the bench and the conversations.
Some inside scoop. I like it.
Yeah, you don't get that anywhere else as the match is going on. Nutsara out to Fairs. Fairs, a beautiful swing, hesitated a bit before she let it go.
She did, but what a swing for Team Linehan. They needed that. Erin Fairs played her college ball at Louisville, won an ACC championship there, and look at the swing through the seam of the block. Rosenthal not quite there to close for Team Hilly.
Service error. Point Team Hilly, and Willow Johnson palms to the ceiling.
Yeah, I thought that caught the back line, but no challenge there.
Well, and you have to be judicial with your challenges, right? So maybe you'll need that later. Right now, it's a close score. That could be playing into it as well. Judicious is the word I was looking for. Yasi lets it fly and gets a touch. We're just getting started on Athletes Unlimited. This is match number 1 of our doubleheader today. Team Hentz and Team Edmond coming up at 9:30 Eastern Time on ESPNU. Beautiful. It's exactly the connection we've talked about between McCage and Nutsara. Nutsara said yet again, something tighter. And Molly McCage, how about that? What a rally. 2 big attacks and a block to end it all.
Molly McCage doing work defensively too. Knowing that ball's going outside. The play before, she was all by herself on that right side, but she sees the ball going out, reaches in and takes that angle away from Presley.
Looking at the leaderboard, Allie Linehan in number 2. Now remember, there's stat points, but then there's win points. She's already going to get 40 win points. She'll probably get MVP, for which she would get points 60, 40, or 20. They have a chance to get another 100 points winning this set by a large enough margin. But Leah Edmond, Morgan Hentz, and Brooke Nuneviller have not yet played. They're in our doubleheader coming up at 9:30 Eastern Time on ESPNU.
Yassiana Presley continues to score on the left side, and she is so fun to watch. Sydney Hilly puts her out to the pin fast, and look at Presley elevate and drive that ball down for Team Hilly.
Yassiana Presley, 6 kills in this set alone. Allie Linehan winds up.
The last few plays for Team Linehan, they've been in attack mode, and Linehan just driving to finish that play. She is so much better when they're using the hitters around her. Takes a little pressure off, and she loves being that outlet.
Yeah, set after set to Molly McCage. And Linehan comes in to close it. Willow Johnson off high hands. Yassiana Presley digging her heart out and attacking like crazy. Double-double for her.
Loving the impact right now. First double-double for Athletes Unlimited, and she has been really strong tonight for Team Hilly.
11 kills for Yassiana Presley, 10 digs. The stat points are adding up for her. You also want to play well, Holly, this week, because for the draft of the last week, you want to make sure that potential captains are noticing your play.
And Allie Linehan, this is her second time around as the captain, way more comfortable with the team that she put around her and the leadership role. Watch her go to work on the left side, turning that inside the defensive Team Hilly.
Yeah, she did not get a win in week number 2, her first time as captain. Approached it completely differently the second time.
No touch there. Emma Willis on Team Hilly trying to go flat off the hands, but Allie Linehan doing a nice job defensively, getting in front of her hitter and putting the pressure on Willis.
If Team Hilly gets one more point, they will win the overall score. I don't think any of the players are thinking about it on the court right now. They want this set win. So close. Linehan, it's a sledgehammer.
Nutsara Tomcom from the ground pushes that ball so fast out to the pin. You'll see a lot of setters get off the ground, jump set, and push the pace, but she does it from the ground, uses the ground as a base, giving her more strength.
Let's go into the action with Nutsara Tomcom, the setter for Team Linehan.
I think first we have focused on our serve first because we did a lot of mistakes in first, right?
Yeah! Go! Whoa! Love it!
Gap.
Just a little bit faster,
Okay.
but in transition, I like a little bit more.
Okay, for her, right?
Yeah.
I got it. I will see your body, and then I give the ball.
Yeah.
Don't worry, just go and turn it.
I'm like probably just like a turn and pop, so it can be fast.
Okay. Let's go, baby!
Love listening to Nutsara talk to her teammates.
What a great communicator. And she just does it all on the court. You can tell she's just happy to be out there running the offense. The communication is everything if you're a setter. This was a play just a few points ago, but I really enjoyed watching it for a lot of different reasons. Watch Nutsara Tomcom go to work chasing this pass down. She goes to the ground, keeps it alive for her team. She is on the ground, but now here comes Team Hilly. Molly McCage covers the entire net trying to cover for Tomcom, who did not get up to blocking position, and Yassiana Presley just thumps it down the line.
I would call that position behind, I'm with you in spirit. That's what that is.
It was a good defensive attempt.
That's funny. Another kill for Team Linehan as they're holding Hilly at 18 points. A 4-0 run. Key Michael, what's going on your side?
Well, I was trying to listen in to the timeout of Team Linehan, and Nia Parker-Robinson was the one speaking. I didn't hear in real time, so I pulled her over afterwards to say, hey, what did you just say? She said, I just said to them, hey, we've got 5 more points of being Cobras. Let's show everyone how much we love each other. This has been my favorite team, and it's almost over, so we might as well just enjoy these last few points.
This league is about fun, isn't it, Key? Did you have a great time when you were playing in the league?
I had so much fun. Everyone out here is so awesome, and it's just that feeling of excitement to play with people that you really enjoy, and the blue team has something really special this week. They might not get it back next week, so they're trying to soak it all up.
Willow Johnson having a special match. Team Hilly has won the aggregate because they did get to that 19th point. Everybody's thinking about finishing this set strong, and Team Linehan +3.
That time, Yassiana Presley turned that ball out of bounds. Linehan making a big push for 25.
Perfect pass by Yassiana Presley. Bump back to Willow Johnson. She was intending to blow up the line, just missed.
We've been talking a lot about Nutsara Tomcom and the way she locates the ball. Even though she can't get there with her hands, look at her platform set back to Willow Johnson. Little too much turn, but I like that Tomcom likes to go for it, even if it's a long distance set with her platform.
Closed block, big one for Team Hilly.
How about Nicole Edelman-Cagliari coming in? She has not played much, and she talked about how good everybody it is and how hard it is to fight for playing time, but she has made a big impact for Team Hilly tonight.
Shelly Fanning and Nutsara Tomcom, you heard them talking during the Into the Action with Nutsara, working on that connection.
And I don't think anybody is having more fun on the court than Shelly Fanning and Nutsara Tomcom. The smile, the celebration, they're having the time of their lives.
But Molly McCage comes in, and they were flat romance yesterday, we called it, because their connection is so strong. I think Nutsara just is able to develop connections with each of her hitters that is unique. Willow Johnson, no doubt, loving it. Outside. Yasi! Carving. Lord, that was sharp.
I mean, everybody out here can crush the ball, and everyone's going crazy about this one. Watch this speed from Sydney Hilly, and then the elevation and the angle by Yassiana Presley, 22. Wow.
Erin Fair's defensive positioning was perfect. To go net side off of that, closer to the net, crazy. Molly McCage makes it work, and Team Linehan is 1 point away from capturing set number 3.
Tom-com to McCage. We've said it a bunch, even though she's on the 3-meter line. Very confident is Nutsara Tom-com going to Molly McCage.
Opens the door a bit, and it's really close, 24-23. Nicole Edelman-Cagliari going back to serve. Nothing is secure.
And this is a rotation for Team Linehan, who's got set point, where they've got the center front row and 2 hitters available in the front.
Set point number 2 for Team Linehan. Yassiana Presley rolls. Good up by Willow Johnson. Pancake, that one's clean. Nutsara to McCage. No touch. We're locked up at 24. And the final match of the week for Linehan and Hilly.
And there were purple squids all over the floor trying to keep it alive. We're going to get a challenge from Team Linehan.
Looking, was there a touch? This is the last opportunity for the athletes on teams Linehan and Hilly to get points before going into the draft tomorrow and forming teams for the final week.
Nutsara Tom-com going to her hot hitter, Molly McCage, who tries to go cross court. Does not look like it got a piece of Rosenthal. Watch the middle blocker in purple. Presley's hands are way over the net as well, but I did not see a touch originally.
I didn't either. Well, Rosenthal's late, right? Because she's trying to come. So it's, to me, the question is about Rosenthal.
I agree. I thought so too, but I did not see any finger movement.
Yeah, I'm with you. And it's a pivotal point, no doubt.
When it's good to be late as a middle blocker.
Yeah, which is almost never, but yes. And if this gets overturned, Team Linehan wins.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Because the call was for Team Hilly, so that's 40 points on the line per player. And MVP points potentially, because a lot of times the MVPs come from the winning team. Yeah. On that super slow-mo and that angle, I did not see it.
Teams talking back and forth about what they thought they saw, and a lot of let's get after it.
Shelly Fanning, I just caught, and Yassiana Presley talking through former teammates at Baylor University. Call stands, and we're locked up at 24. Nutsara Tom-com and Molly McCage locking eyes.
And McCage has her game face on. She wants the ball. She wants another chance.
Linehan, great pass. And they do give Molly McCage the line. The line judge originally called it out, but the up official saw it in. How about that? Team Linehan again with the upper edge.
And I told you, McCage wanted it back, and Tom-com gives it to her down the line. McCage drives it down for her point.
Look at the top 5 there. Hilly just outside of the top 4 captains for next week, potentially. that closes it out. Molly McCage, huge at the end of the game as Team Linehan wins sets 2 and 3.
But who won the points?
Well, they won 80 and the other team won 100. So not a big differential because Team Hilly won the first set and the 60 points of the aggregate.
Wow, what a play at the end by Molly McCage. It started with a kill and then a defensive stop versus Team Hilly. You see Molly McCage take a step right. She knows that's where the ball's going, and boy, does she shut it down.
The Cobras. Team Linehan, a much more successful captainship for Allie Linehan this week. This concludes their performance for week 4. Key Michael is standing by.
Nicole, fantastic performance, but have you ever played opposite before?
A little bit. I played in high school a lot in club, and I was doing a ton of cross training in the off season with beach volleyball. So looks like it helped out a little bit. Yeah, I'm just really happy about our team win, though. We played great as a team.
Huge win. 4 blocks for you. I feel like throwing you into the mix there, was that something you talked about in training or after the game yesterday? When did that come up?
Yeah, a little bit. We tossed it around after the second game. So we were ready for it. But, for me on the right side or playing right back, it's the same as setting and all that. So it was just kind of having a more offensive mindset and just really, honing in on my defensive help. Yeah.
Well, you were drafted behind, or by Captain Hilly, I suppose, but she's a setter herself, so I think it takes a lot of mental fortitude to know when you're drafted, okay, I might not get that much playing time. So what were your expectations coming in, and how did you kind of manage that?
I was ready for everything. I feel like a lot of it, Sid and I have a great relationship, and so her and I talk a lot, like how can we help the team, right? Whether it's a serving sub or playing opposite or whatever it may be. And today was opposite. And so I'm really happy for us, for our team. We deserve it.
Well, the Squids, that's what you were, played really, really well. But can you just give me a little insight into what it's like to play at Athletes Unlimited compared to your seasons you played in Switzerland, in France, in Sweden, I think, Poland, in Champions League a couple of years. So high level. But being here at Athletes Unlimited, what's different?
Yeah, I would say it's just, when you're changing teams every week, again, you do have to be ready for everything and really get that team chemistry early, because I think that's really important. Is like today we won by points. So it's really, I know it's close, but it's just kind of, really important to find that team chemistry early and just try to find the puzzle pieces and make it a complete puzzle if you can, for those puzzle lovers out there.
Well, I think you found the right pieces. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Holly and Anne-Marie, back to you.
What a fun performance to finally get to see Nicole Edelman-Cagliari, a standout player at the University of Colorado, make an impact for Team Hilly today. She had 8 digs and 4 blocks. It was a factor in the victory. Big adjustment to the lineup, and it paid off for Team Hilly.
Leaderboard before MVP points. Here they are. Holly, who were your MVPs in this match?
Gosh, I'd have to say Allie Linehan. I thought she was really strong. Yassiana, and then Molly McCage had 2 big plays to end it for her team.
So exciting. Allie Linehan ranked first right now, but coming up, Team Edmond and Team Hens at 9:30 Eastern time on ESPNU. A mixed bag in set number 1. There were victories for each team back and forth. The Squids winning the aggregate score. For my partners, Key Michael and Holly McPeak, I'm Anne-Marie Anderson. We'll meet you on ESPNU at 9:30 Eastern time.